Hello everybody, this is your favorite weekly podcast, Inside. Today we deal with the company Monsieur Marguerite and our experts. Anae, the recruiter.
Hi.
Emeline, the former florist at Monsieur Marguerite.
Hello.
Clément, the entrepreneur who has several flowers shops in Paris.
Hello everyone.
Leo, the consultant HR who helps companies to adapt to AI.
Hello.
And Quentin, the HR.
Hello.
We are going to analyze Monsieur Marguerite organization design first. Let's hear what Maïssa Afroun, the HR, tell us.
Moi, quand je suis arrivée dans l'entreprise en 2021, donc il y avait déjà pas mal de temps qui s'était passé, dans l'activité, dans l'organisation, etc., avec par exemple les transporteurs ou autres, ou au niveau des producteurs. Mais en termes d'organisation au niveau RH, au niveau des équipes, il n'y avait encore rien de fait. C'était des personnes, il y avait pas mal de turnover, de personnes qui venaient, qui repartaient, des personnes en free, pas forcément du CDI. Donc il n'y avait rien encore de fixe. Donc moi, quand je suis arrivée, c'était vraiment ça mon premier défi, c'était de monter des équipes.
The organization aimed to move more towards a functional design with separate departments. A hierarchical management style has established itself with a top-down approach as well as a cross-functional management. I analyze that the company operates in open system and focuses on differentiation with their online ecological flowers. It relies on an emphasis on human relation and internal processes, with an horizontal structure, low formalization, medium centralization, medium professionalism. What do you observe about the point I raised?
So, first of all, Marguerite's organizational structure has evolved significantly towards a more sustainable approach since 2019. The establishment of a functional structure has helped to clarify roles and improve coordination between teams. Currently, this structure allows for greater coordination efficiency, which can respond to the challenges of a constantly changing environment. This evolution demonstrates a willingness to adapt and grow, aligning resources and activities with the company's strategic objectives.
Okay, thank you, Clément. This was very interesting. In a big organization, the structure often needs higher formalization and centralization to maintain consistency and manage complexity across departments. While a top-down approach may be common, a large company might also invest in strong cross-functional teams to foster innovation and responsiveness, like the approach at Monsieur Marguerite. However, the emphasis may shift more towards scalable processes and advanced technology systems, balancing human relations with operational efficiency to drive growth in a highly competitive market.
Yeah, I agree with you. The current structure is more up to actual than the beginning. We clearly see the structure has been made with the modern view of business.
Your reactions are useful to understand the structure, but how about innovation and agility?
Alors, l'innovation chez Monsieur Marguerite, c'est le maître mot, en fait. Comme j'ai dit, avant, je travaillais dans d'autres entreprises, Saint-Gobain, j'ai travaillé dans une société française d'assainissement, j'ai travaillé pour le groupe ADECO. C'est des groupes qui sont là depuis très longtemps, qui sont assez vieux jeu, voilà. C'est un peu vieillot, mais c'est très difficile de faire changer les choses. Quand je suis arrivée chez Monsieur Marguerite, c'est deux fondateurs qui sont jeunes aussi. Et en fait, eux, ils ont une autre approche. Et en fait, ici, tout est à modifier, à revoir, à améliorer, à créer.
With this excerpt, do you perceive innovation as part and parcel of the company?
As she said, innovation is very important for them. Monsieur Marguerite is a young company, so the future of the business. She compared Monsieur Marguerite with other companies to support her argument. Monsieur Marguerite has a big potential in innovation. It is a small structure with horizontal management that allows workers or employees to suggest improvement. However, they have in mind their goals, so they focus on their goals and on their business. The HR of the company talked about hiring, how they communicate on those things. They can maybe improve their communication. We observe that people who work at Monsieur Marguerite is a part of a team.
Now let's move on to the analysis of HR planning at Monsieur Marguerite. To put you in context, I noticed that in terms of deadlines, they operate on short-term cycle. They have difficulties anticipating long-term needs. How could you analyze the complexity of their environment? Do they remain flexible and responsive to their environment and competitors if they have long-term issues?
On est vraiment une équipe, c'est-à-dire que moi je suis au service de l'entreprise, clairement, faut pas l'oublier. Donc en fait, j'essaie de capter le maximum d'informations et d'en donner aussi au maximum pour que chacun, en fait, il faut qu'on soit tous bons dans son poste. Clairement, c'est ça. Et de donner le maximum et le meilleur de soi-même. Comme ça, en fait, on regroupe toutes les informations et on arrive à trouver des solutions et être très flexible.
The approach Mr. Marguerite, HR manager, takes illustrates how strategic human resources management and HR planning support agility and alignment with business needs. So for me, Maïssa highlights the importance of teamwork and, in this case, the close alignment with the operational needs. Here, HR is seen as a business partner in achieving organizational goals, not just a support function. By staying informed about the needs of operation, HR helps ensure that staffing decisions support the company's ability to quickly respond to changes. Thanks to this, it reinforces an agile workforce, helping Mr. Marguerite stay competitive, as she said.
Yes, thank you, Anna. Indeed, effective HR planning is essential for managing complexity while staying flexible. From my experience, aligning HR with operational needs, like the approach taken at Monsieur Marguerite, is key. A proactive HR plan should anticipate workforce demands based on data-driven forecasting, particularly during peak periods. It's also valuable to foster a collaborative culture across departments, enabling HR to respond quickly to operational changes. By ensuring HR is closely integrated with operations and well-informed, a large company can achieve both agility and scalability, which are crucial for staying competitive.
Thank you for your analysis, but how did they succeed in assessing labor demand during peak and off-season?
Ressources humaines, on recrute des personnes et qu'on licencie clairement sur la même année ou l'année suivante parce qu'on est pour ce motif de surplus, c'est qu'on a mal
géré les recrutements du coup en fait dès le début.
On a mal géré les recrutements et on a mal géré en fait cette masse salariale en fait. C'est ça le plus important. Et c'est ce que je disais tout à l'heure, il faut être vraiment sur le fil au plus juste. Ne pas être tendu, parce que s'il y a des personnes qui sont malades, s'il y a des personnes, on ne sait jamais ce qui peut se passer. Il faut toujours avoir un espèce de renfort, mais en même temps, il ne faut pas être non plus en sous-charge d'activité, parce qu'après, on peut avoir des petits soucis comme le présentéisme au travail, on peut avoir une baisse de motivation, on peut avoir énormément de choses qui peuvent aussi avoir un impact.
With this extract and the fact that the company looks at the activity levels from previous years, do you think their tools and techniques utilized are sufficient?
So I'm going to answer the first question. So peak seasons are going to be during holidays. So as a former florist at Monsieur Marguerite, I often collaborated with freelancers during these intense periods. We also communicate with our HR about our needs and inform them if we need extras. We rarely rely on short-term contracts as they prefer to invest in long-term talent. However, when temporary contracts are necessary, they are often seen as opportunities for permanent employment.
Okay, for the peak season, Monsieur Marguerite doesn't use particular tools. Trend analysis and interpretation of the market is enough for the moment. However, there are tools today that can complete the studies to be more accurate. I think about AR, for example, or information system. They can allow them to get a better global view of their activity. Indeed, to study, predict the peak season, those tools could help the company at doing data studying.
But with the utilization of simple tools, do they have challenges which influence their HR planning? How could you relate them with the labor surplus or shortage they could face in the future?
Alors non, je n'utilise pas d'outils très techniques, pointus, etc. Il ne faut pas oublier, il faut aussi faire avec les moyens du bord. On est une entreprise qui est pas, on n'est pas du 440, etc. On n'a pas un budget immense et donc il faut savoir aussi utiliser ce budget à bon escient. Moi, j'essaie toujours de me débrouiller avec le peu de moyens qu'on peut avoir.
So I think we never faced labor surplus. I know that some companies have extreme options for reducing surplus, such as downsizing or reducing a shortage by doing overtime. But at Monsieur Marguerite, they always try to find the right balance. When additional help is needed, like I said, they often rely on short-term contracts to fill gaps, but they are selective with hiring to ensure each person is the right fit.
Yes, indeed. As a recruiter, I understand that this specific sector uses proactive forecasting to manage labor supply and demand, analyzing past data to adapt to seasonal needs without layoff. For peak periods, they rely on freelance contracts rather than risking poor hires, aligning with strategic HR management. This flexible approach also prioritizes employee well-being, as they also focus on quality over speed in hiring, waiting for the right fit to keep the company's values.
Regarding the fact that an HR post has evolved considerably, what do you think is the reason for this in this context? Because they didn't have a real HR structure, the stability of HR planning was difficult, so the structuring of the teams and doubling the workforce makes you think of what? It is a move toward a more hierarchical organization with cross-functional management. Does this compromise the flexibility we mentioned earlier?
Mais c'est vrai que le métier des RH, en fait, c'est un métier qui est voué aussi à évoluer. C'est un métier qui prend de plus en plus de place.
Thanks for your question. So to answer this, the creation of HR position at Marguerite is a response to high employee turnover and a lack of organizational structure. Today, human resources are essential to drive the company's strategy with its objectives, employing integration of teams through horizontal and vertical coordination mechanisms.
So, yes, Clément, in Monsieur Marguerite, the HR role has evolved from an administrative function to a strategic one. To be clear, initially, this role was created to address high turnover and the lack of structured team management. It means shifting from freelance workforce to one with more stability and growth opportunities like retention. This transition required workforce planning and development, as reflected in doubling the florist team and training managers.
So what challenges can you observe for such position over time?
On a recours à ce type de contrat essentiellement effectivement pour les fleuristes, mais ça nous est arrivé également de prendre une personne en freelance pour la direction artistique. En fait, c'est un poste qui est très important, c'est un poste clé chez Monsieur Marguerite. Ça fait partie du cœur de métier. Donc la communication marketing DA plus les fleuristes, c'est vraiment les deux cœurs de métier ici. Et en fait, au cours de mes recrutements, je n'ai trouvé personne qui correspondait à ce qu'on recherchait.
Okay, yeah, as the HR of a live stream, I would observe several key challenges for these evolving HR roles over different time horizons. In the short term, HR faces the challenge of adapting quickly to a changing workforce landscape, especially with the need of talent retention, while in the medium terms, challenges include building a strong talent pipeline and creating a culture that balances stability with flexibility. In the long term, HR must drive sustainable growth by fostering employee engagement, adapting to shifts in workforce demographics.
Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Inside. We've explored the organization design and HR planning of Monsieur Marguerite with insight from our experts. We hope you found the discussion enlightening and that it sparked some ideas for your own ventures. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in next week for more insight and experts' opinion. Until then, keep blooming.
Thank you.
Hello. Thanks for the invitation.